Hello everyone, and welcome to my podcast, my 5 predictions for the future of work in 2021. Well, we had some good news with the FDA's approval of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine, and apparently a second vaccine, Moderna's, on the way. And the first U.S. healthcare worker was vaccinated on December 14th. This is all good news, but it won't be until April, May, or June, our experts tell us, until we may get enough people vaccinated in the United States, 70-some%, to get back to some type of normal socializing. So we have a long road ahead of us, and no one's going to miss saying goodbye to the year 2020. But the year 2021 is going to have a lot of change in the future of work. And what I'm going to tell you are my 5 predictions about the future of work. And as I go through them, ask yourself, is my company preparing for these 5 predictions? You can learn more about my 5 predictions on my website, on my blog of the same title, and that's at victorhrconsultant.com. So here it goes. Here are my 5 predictions for the future of work in 2021. The first one is that the remote and hybrid workforce is going to continue. We are not going back to normal with only 4% of the workforce working remotely 3 to 5 days a week. No, it's going to be more like 30%, or really half of all office workers working remotely or in a hybrid workforce. And a hybrid workforce has people in the office on the same team with people who are working remotely. Contrary to what others will tell you, that can be very productive, and I know from firsthand experience. So this story has an 80, a 70, and a 50 in it. 80% of office workers in March went to work remotely from home due to the pandemic. 70% of these office workers and their managers say they are just as productive at home as they are in the workplace. And 50% of them want to return to work, want to continue to work 2 to 5 days at home after the pandemic abates. That means that companies have to figure out what to do with the office and how to work this hybrid workforce. The second prediction I have is that new operating norms are needed to optimize this hybrid workforce, to be productive and innovative and to promote collaboration. And these operating norms need to set out when do we come to the office, which will be mostly about meetings going forward and to align to the company's cultures and strategies, and how to work effectively remotely and with people in the office. And this all requires new operating norms that provides all those definitions, including how we make decisions together. And in addition to that, it's very important that each manager work out with each employee what hours they're going to work, when they're going to have downtime, and let workers have more of a work-life balance or a better integration between work and home life. There's too much stress caused by some workers who are working too many hours now that they're working from home. No need for that. The third prediction is that companies that invest in digital reinvention for their internal operations will be the winners. So McKinsey has great research that shows that companies that lead the way with digital investment in digital technologies like chatbots and cybersecurity, better video conferencing, share sites, and the like, these companies do better once recovery truly comes. The laggards don't do so well. So now's the time to make those investments, because the companies that do, they lead their industries with financial performance. And we learned that when we implemented a remote workforce at Medtronic in Santa Rosa in a hybrid office, where we invested in digital technology, upgraded our offices, redesigned our offices to be better for meetings, and we still had a return on investment in a month and a half of our full implementation. So I can testify to that. Fourth, the U.S. labor shortage will worsen and resurface once the virus abates, and we're going to see that diversity is on the ropes. But diversity is part of the solution. So if you remember, before the pandemic in 2019, up to February of 2020, we actually had like 25 months of more job openings in the United States than those who were unemployed. Very difficult to find people. But the companies that change their brand and promote diversity, make it a welcoming place for people of color, for women, particularly young women who have been hard hit by the pandemic. They've left the workforce to stay home to take care of children. And also to hire 70 million Americans that are formerly incarcerated for roles that they can do, and veterans. Companies are going to have to take strategies like this to combat the U.S. shortage in labor that's going to reemerge. We're also going to need to have a sane immigration policy. We need skilled and unskilled labor. That's all there is to it in this country, but we can do that sanely and still protect our borders and not exacerbate unemployment for the long-term unemployed here in this country. So the fourth one is the U.S. labor shortage will resurface, and you better have a strategy in place, beginning with your branding, on what to do with that. And the fifth is well-being and mental health. It's time to take this seriously at work, to provide great mental health benefits, and to promote well-being among your employees. Certainly that's encouraging good eating habits, exercising, all those type of good things. But it also gets back to these operating norms that I spoke of. And in this new world of work, having the operating norms that give people their work-life balance, and also make sure that you can access people, align when you need to, align them to their company goals, and that you're productive. Well, those are my 5 predictions for the future of work. You can find them at victorhrconsultant.com on my website, along with my other blogs, over 200 other blogs. And I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Bye-bye for now, and season's greetings.